Welcome back. Today we're talking about Chapter 13 of the second edition of Living Your Yoga by Judith Lassiter. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Today's topic is attachment and aversion. On page 96, you say that attachment and aversion are really the same thing. Please elaborate.
In the Yoga Sutra, in Pada 2, verse 7 and 8, elaborate on attachment and aversion. And the distinction that it makes is on what we're attached to, but that actually attachment, raga, and aversion to vesha are both attachments. One is attachment to pleasant experience, and one, devesha, is attachment to sorrowful experience. And that they are the opposite sides of the same coin. So, for example, someone who is anorexic tries to avoid food. Someone who is addicted to food tries to get more food. Neither one of them are free from food. They're both forms of attachment. One is the attachment of how do I get more, and one is the attachment of how do I get less. But the process of attachment is the same thing. And these are two of what's called the kleshas, or the great obstacles, in us being integrated, being whole, being present. So it doesn't matter if you're obsessing about a happy experience or you're obsessing about a sad one. You're not present. You're not free. They're the same. And there's one expression that I like, which is, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. So if you hate someone or dislike them intensely, you think about them a lot. If you love someone, you think about them a lot. It's the same lack of freedom. We try only to have the happy experiences, and we are so busy avoiding the unhappy ones that we end up thinking about them all the time. So I'd like to give you an example.
Please.
So I attended a growth seminar. Everyone in California has to do this once a year kind of place. And it was quite useful, quite interesting. And there was a large group of people. So we walked in the room the first day and we sat together, and first thing they said, which I felt annoyed, don't sit with a person with whom you came, go sit with someone else. So my childhood upbringing was such that my father would be suddenly angry for no reason, or as far as I could see as a child, for no reason. And so I grew to be very sensitive, especially to male anger. So I'm in the classroom and they say, go sit with someone else, not the person you came with. So I look around the room and I notice a man who I immediately label as the angry man. And I'm busy avoiding angry men in my life. So it takes up unconscious energy to be always alert for that so I can avoid it. So I looked around, I saw the angry man, and I went in the absolute opposite direction because I had devesha, aversion. But because I have instant karma, guess who came and sat by me? The man I had labeled as angry. So there was a lot of learning in that process. And then as we spoke and we went through the exercise together that they asked us to, I developed a completely different opinion of him, realizing that it was my projection on the world that had limited me in that instance, and how much time I spend avoiding the angry man. So that's not freedom. Pulling in and pushing away are the same because I still have a relationship with whatever it is. I'm not choosing to have it. I'm in a compulsive, if you will, relationship with whatever. May we live like the lotus, at home in the muddy water.